Welcome back to another Sword Art Online 3. Today is episode 23 review. I'm Justin.
What
Totally.
is up? I'm Logan.
Together we're Couch Talk. As always, we're going to discuss the episode, give our scores at the end, and we're anime viewers only. You ready to get into
Yes,
this?
as an anime viewer only, yes, I am ready.
I'm throwing everything around. So basically, everyone's together now. Quinella been preparing for the Cardinal to eventually show up. Cardinal, of course, been preparing for Quinella. They've had 200 years to basically get set up.
The showdown. It happens. But yeah, finally.
Yeah, before we get to the showdown, we got to talk first. So the machine weapon thing was made using like 300 people, like part of it.
Right, it's like, okay, so last week I brought up, like, it seems that, like, their goals align, like, protect the world. But now, it seems Quinella doesn't care to sacrifice people in order to defeat the Dark World. So now I see it's like, okay, she is kind of evil.
She's going to use 40,000 people to make more weapons.
Right, she's going to use about half.
Yes, of the 80,000. So, kind of a small population that they got there overall. But
It's pretty tiny, but still, half your population.
yeah, then it's even tinier.
Who's this, Thanos?
Trying. Yeah, it helps. Yeah, and that's where we get to see more about like those memory cores and fragments and stuff that they're kind of being used with that to have the weapons be able to be synergized and stuff without having to have that bond between person and
Right,
weapon.
right.
Because you have these rules, you have to work around the rules, and
Well, there's always
Winona
rules, man.
is rule maker. she
She just changed the rules.
works around them. And so Cardinal comes with the idea, you know what? Just take my life, spare the others.
This was this was a head scratcher to me. Just sacrificing. I feel like it wasn't explained properly, I guess. She sacrifices her life to protect the others, and then the others immediately fight Quinella.
Well, why would even if Quinella swore on her
Right,
fluff fight or
exactly.
whatever, it's like she's not just gonna let them live. There's no way.
Yeah, like it was I was like, why would you do that? It just seemed, it's like, why not help them? You know they're gonna fight, right? Like, she knows, she like trusted Kirito to like defeat her. It's like, why not stay and help? Because like, I understand she couldn't fight the machine because it was made of humans, and she like can't, like, literally cannot fight humans as like the cardinal, but you can still help them beat her. You don't have to just
Well,
die.
we also had to push her in a spot where EUGEO had to be like, "Oh man, I can't sit around again. I got to do something."
Yeah, that was weird. Like, it was so weird. Like, she sacrifices herself, and then right after, Yuji was like, "I'm gonna do this." It's like,
Yeah,
you couldn't have
EUGEO
said that like 10
gets-
seconds ago.
But he gets called to finally again, and he's like, "Oh, I finally learning my true calling or whatever." And he goes up to Cardinal. He's like, does his thing. And, like, first of all, Cardinal's supposed to be getting killed off here by Quinella. Quinella decides to play around and stuff, and then she lets them have their conversations.
Of
Waits
course.
for Yu-Gi-Oh to already get everything going for the crystal to start coming down before she's like, "Oh, I should probably interfere now." Not when he was doing the system core, remove remove
full
protection core.
stuff.
And it's like, no, let's wait until we see this crystal coming out of the roof of my room or the ceiling of my room.
Right. Who was like, I don't, Alice's memory fragment is what I got from that. That's what it was.
Yeah, I think probably.
It just seemed, this whole episode just kind of seemed questionable.
Weird.
Yeah, it felt weird.
Yu-Gi-Oh transforms into a sword.
Yes, which was extra weird as well. Okay, out of all moments that I expected Kirito to dual wield, it was literally now. Like, oh, makes sense. He's going to use his sword, and he's going to use his friend EUGEO, who's transforming himself into a sword, to dual wield.
Yeah,
Nope.
I thought
Nope, that doesn't happen.
because I thought like after Yu-Gi-Oh destroys the machine, he was on and he did that little spin thing off to the side. I was like, oh, he's on, and it like showed him like getting a little more confined. I was like, oh, Kirito's gonna use him as a sword now. That's what I thought, but then no, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go after the fucking Quinella.
Yeah, it was so weird.
And then at most he removes her arm, but he blows up.
Yeah, he's in
And
half.
he's just cut in half. And
He
then
is-
his sword shatters. Like
he's
he ain't
two
doing so hot.
Yu-Gi-Ohs now.
He's not very good. We got all these people dying here. Kirito being absolutely no different, I guess, throughout all these years' experience, still just breaking down every time anything goes bad. Like it's like, come on, man, you're used to this.
You're used to that.
He even does it himself. He's like, when Alice steps out in front of him, Kirito's like, we get flashbacks all the way to the fucking beginning. And he's like, oh, am I still going to be doing this over and over again? It's like, come on, man. Like,
Right. The whole Yu-Gi-Oh turning into a sword thing was just so out of nowhere. I was like, what is...
I was not expecting it.
I was like, what is happening?
And it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb.
It kind of seems dumb. Oh, well. I mean...
And I feel like, well, Kirito's sword should be fine because his isn't like metal. So he should be able to actually pierce her.
They
in
do
the
bring
next
that
episode.
up a lot. She can't be pierced by metal.
And
I
his
don't know
was made
why
from
that
a
means she
tree.
can be pierced by wood. Because, you know, I feel like metal's a bit more durable than wood. But whatever. I'll make the rules.
She didn't protect herself from nature. Okay?
I guess. Sure. Yes.
She doesn't perceive wood as a threat because she's got all these super barriers and powers and stuff.
Makes sense. But, I mean, Alice saved him.
Yeah, Alice
He
steps
saves
up
her
a couple times.
She does do stuff, but I mean, it's still not like...
It's quite lackluster of stuff for what her character should be.
Right, like, she, like, defended them for, like, a few hits, and then defended Kirito at the end for a hit. Well, she even defended... he defended her back.
He defended.
So
she just got him back on his feet.
Right. It just wasn't really what I wanted from her as a character. It's quite a long journey to get someone to cheer you on, to be honest. That's what it feels like.
Just go. That is basically how she's turning into. The episode just talking some weird ass sword shit. What? Something else?
No, I was gonna say it's pretty much just, you know, a face off. Kirito, Quinella getting ready for final showdown part 3.
Episode 24. Maybe, you know, that's not even halfway point. I don't think so. I don't even know.
I don't know. Maybe it could be
in the 50s or something. So, but yeah, jump into scores.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. It's really hard to score. I don't know. It was weird to me.
Dude, I felt it was weird.
I'm
I
just
was
gonna say 4. Okay. The things I had an issue with, like I said, I feel like maybe they missed some explanations, but the Cardinal, it felt like sacrificed herself for pretty much nothing.
No, it was nothing.
It was basically not like, oh, please don't kill them. For one, that's just she's gonna hurt them, and 2, literally, they start fighting while you're still kind of there. Like
she was still there while they're fighting because Yu-Gi-Oh, she had to transform Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right.
So
It's like
wow, we could have done this before my leg got blown off.
Exactly. Like, I don't know why she wouldn't do that in whatever. It was a unnecessary sacrifice to me. It just felt kind of like, oh, we need to make it, force these emotions or like force how it's high stakes. Just make her sacrifice herself for pretty much nothing. At least she followed in her spider's footsteps, I guess. But the Yu-Gi-Oh sword transformation was so weird. I don't even know how else to describe it. It's like we literally learned like people, I guess, can be turned into weapons this episode. and then he turns into one this episode and sacrifices himself. I was like, it was just very unexpected. And if they were gonna do that, I really expected Kirito to like, use
Wield
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yes, like wield
It's
him
kind
as
of
a
a
weapon.
weird thing to say, but yeah, wield
Wield
Yu-Gi-Oh.
him.
But yeah, I agree with that. I'll agree with the four. Yeah, that whole Yu-Gi-Oh thing is still just why? Like, why does this need to be a concept? Like, it felt weird. It's like out of kind of like nowhere. I guess that's how. Well, no, I don't know, man. It's just why wouldn't he's a giant sword? Okay, I'm sure Kirito could figure it out. I'm
Right.
sure he could have shrunk his swordage and been a great weapon for Kirito because apparently he was able to pierce her.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. That's how I felt.
he blew
I
off
don't
her
know.
arm. Well, she
Also,
was
I
holding her
feel
arm again, but
yeah. She turned her arm into like a sword. She like, bzzz.
true, she did.
And I also feel like I've already said this, but I feel like was just underutilized for pretty much ever since she got back to Kirito's side.
Yeah,
It's just, I don't know. I mean, I understand they just wanted to get her back, but I feel story wise, it would make sense for her to, actually fight and contribute. I'm not saying she didn't contribute, because obviously she did some
she did.
stuff.
Yeah, all of it,
But,
she just gets blown away instantly.
right, but it's not like anything. So, like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Sacrifice, albeit weird, it was actually something, like him doing something for, like, the fight or, like, progressing it for Kirito's advantage. Alice just, like, blocked a couple attacks and then was going to, I guess, jump in front of Kirito.
And sacrifice herself along with Cardinal and
Right.
everyone else.
Right. But, yeah.
They all just die. How are they going to stop the administrator? I don't know. So
I don't know how Kirito's going to beat her. Maybe, I don't know. He'll pull something out.
she's missing an arm. He's got a chance.
Yeah, true.
Alice is still there.
Yeah. But I
Didn't
feel
he
like
say leave it to me though?
probably. I don't remember, but probably. That is something. I mean, he's already said it before to her. He probably did it again.
Yeah, so that's it.
Yeah. Spiel time.
As always, if you don't want to be sacrificed to become some machine weapon, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Notification bell to be notified every time we upload. Comment down below. Let us know what you thought of us. What we did, didn't like, we scored, anything like that. No spoilers, as we are anime viewers only and plenty others are. And until next time, peace out.
See ya.